Jose, they're having, and they being Truck Stop Mixtape, they're having a tribute to this gentleman, a live tribute this Saturday night. And so I wanted to um, give it a little plug. Our friend Giovanni Blanco is doing this event, which I think is really cool. Really excited. Um, just recently um, was on Mecha stream today, wishing her a happy birthday, and we run into our guest for the night, and she will be here in a little short while. That was cool, and the Slantinos are already here. Odega Outlaw, hail! Orale, Odega. Tim Myers, what's up, Tim? Electron Star collapse. My truck is down, but luckily my company got a hotel room. Well, you know what? That's great. That's great. I'm sorry if you were stuck in any bad weather, but sounds like you're in a safe space with the hotel room. And dude, thanks for coming on. Jedi 6, another Slantino. What's up? So guys, share the link. Like, share. Porque sharing is caring. So yeah, let me show you guys this really cool tribute to Jose, but this is just like the link, guys. This is like this is the actual the actual YouTube page. This is what's going on. A tribute to Jose this Saturday night, Truck Stop Mixtape, 5 p.m. Pacific. And they're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Special guests Vida Lata, Leo Machado, Blanco and Junk, Jesus Olvera, Viva Malpache, Rafael Blanco, and Chino Navarro. Now, who are all these guys? You guys know Giovanni Blanco. He's been on the show, and a couple of these bands are his own. Then I have some great Latin musicians from Mexico City. From where's Leo from? I think he's from Colombia. Anyways, this is a free concert this Saturday night. So, this Saturday night. So, check it out. Check it out. And I think Mexican Iron Man wants to come in and maybe give a little shout out or a little description of Jose in the pre-show, nonetheless. Wow.
What?
Did you eat? Did you get food?
Well, I only have one sock on, and I was still doing my hair, and the makeup girl hadn't shown up yet. I mean, I was still in hair and makeup. I mean, I know I have the helmet on, but you don't know. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. When you're a Slantino, you're considered like one of the cool kids, right?
Yeah.
On the internet. Yeah. I mean, once I started telling people I was a Slantino, oh my God, my social life has improved. Let me tell you, Paulie.
Nice. Yes.
Yesterday, but the day before I became a Slantino, yes. I was just a regular Mexican American dude walking around the Fundamental, streaming where I may skippily doodly daddling until the middle of the night. And then one day I came across hold on, I got to flip the card over. Then the next day I came. Next day,
make sure you read what I wrote you correctly.
I found the Latino Slant at YouTube.3UXL. Okay, I can't. I found the channel called Latino Slant. I became a Slantino.
Orale.
What is that, you ask? Well,
what is that?
Everybody can be a Slantino. And now I'm a Slantino. I am now educated in art and culture and hold on. It says, what's this word right here? Musicality.
Good.
Hold on. Art.
Yes.
And
you said art twice.
Oh, chickenismo. Making chick. Oh, chicken. Wait, what's this word? Chickenism? Making chickens? No, what is that? Oh, Chicanoism. Yes. Yes, the heritage of my people.
Well, tonight's a really special night. We're actually going to hit like a lot of art and culture just within one show.
Uh-oh. Do you have the right Mexican for this show? Oh, yeah, Nina. Nina's coming. All right, we're good. We're good. We're all right. We're good. We're good. So
no, we have Nina Infinity, not Nina Diaz. Nina Infinity.
I know
We
the
now,
great Nina Infinity. Dude,
yeah, we now.
I've seen Nina more on the internet than you have. You come on. I got receipts. You can ask Nina. I've been there till like like her and John will get into something. I'm like, God, I need to go see. God, oh, they just started talking about this. Now it's 3 in the morning. Oh
my God.
All right, can I go do my hair and makeup now, or what do you want to talk about?
Yeah. If you had anything to say about Jose.
Oh, dude, where are you? Come on.
Yeah.
I can talk for 3 or 4 hours. I mean, come on, bro. Where do we begin? Where do we end? Where do we go?
Right. Well, they're doing a tribute show this weekend. It's a free concert tribute show. Giovanni Blanco, who we've had on the show.
Where this weekend?
This weekend on YouTube. And
no.
Yes, sir.
Dude, can I just tell you, Jose is like, how would you describe them in the Latin Beatles combined with Rolling Stones combined with God, I don't even know how to describe them. They can play everything. They have played everything. They incredibly entertaining. My whole family is from like Texas, New Mexico, and California, right? And of course, we have a couple of cousins, stay with the family, are still with the families in Mexico. Yeah. Bro, everybody loves these guys. They are so entertaining. They're great. Oh my God, the band is amazing. And we got
one more song for the pre-show, and then we're going to get into it, and then we'll go over some news, some fun news. It's not quite Infinity Hope news, but we hope to be as infinite and hopeful and badass as Nina. She's so amazing. God, I love her.
Well, look at wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Look at who's
sorry. Wait, what I do?
Look at who's the smoothie Slantino tonight. Look at that. Look at that, Rico Suave.
No.
Oh, don't you have the nice little picture of Nina up? Okay, all right. I'm gonna go.
Hey, you know what? I asked for a photo.
And
she gave us a great photo.
Wow.
So,
okay.
But the final pre-show song is the great Celia Cruz from the 70s era. All right, here we go.
Come on, y'all. Slant, yeah. All right, listen, y'all. Just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez.
Oh, that was great. All right, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Latino Slant. Hey, my name is Paulie, and thank you for being here with us. And we're just doing our little pre-show. So please sound off in the chat, say hello, and yeah, share, like, all that good stuff, because I got a lot of good stuff for you coming on. I have a couple of news items, and then we're going to bring on our guest, our special guest of the day, of the show. So, and then everyone's sounding off. Thank you, Clobbering Times, and thank you, Darth Haster, for being great wrenches. All right, so let me contain myself for a second, because it was just the holiday Valentine's Day. And whether you enjoyed it or not, or I don't know what, I had a good one. And I got to spend it with Mrs. Slant and the puppies at the park. And then we got to, have a little picnic treat. And it was great. It was great. I mean, you work hard for happiness, I have to say. I mean, that's just my experience. And I'm very happy right now to be with you guys. So, we work to get to this place, and just to have a good time and to share. We have a very special guest who's got a lot of going on. She's a very interesting person, and I can't wait to get to her. One of my favorite novelists is Murakami, and I know that she quotes Murakami in her closing credits, and it got me thinking about quotes from our favorite authors. So I just wanted to share. And speaking of Valentine's, this is a book I got from Mrs. Slant a few years ago called Warrior of the Light by Paulo Coelho, Brazilian. And I just want to read one little quote, and that's it. And we're going to go on. But a warrior of light does not waste his time listening to provocations. He has a destiny to fulfill. Ooh, I like that. I wonder if Nina likes that, because she's got the cool quotes and the cool stuff like that. Okay, great, man. We got some people here in La Casa, and I am feeling wonderful. In fact, there's my latest Murakami book right over my shoulder. You see, I'm trying to set it up, but it's for real. This is my real bookcase. I'm not trying to like fake impress. Hey, dude, I got books. I know stuff. Okay, you're being silly, boy. All right, we got a couple of news items, and everyone knows here we have the Slant, the Latino news flash. We have a news flash item, and let's get to it, because we have just booked a special guest for an upcoming show, and we'll play a little bit of it for you. Oh, hey. Slant news flash. Give us 60 seconds. We'll give you El Mundo. The Letter Room is in contention for Best Short Film for the Oscars.
We finally found a position for you in human relations if you requested.
Oscar's character works in a prison, and I guess he's got a new detail, and that is reading prisoners' letters.
I imagine it is your warm hands on my body.
Okay, all right. I want to stop this because this actor right here, her name is Aileen Galindo.
Just checking in?
Yeah, it's really good. It's great. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
All righty then.
Adios.
I mean, I want to see it. Slant news flash. I do want to see it. So the news flash item that we have is that Aileen Galindo's coming to the Slant next week. Pretty cool. She will talk about her career. She does a lot of not only like the character work that you saw, but a lot of voiceover in animation. So this is a very talented woman. I'm excited to have her with us. And she said, "Don't ask me about Star Wars. Don't ask me about Oscar." I will not. I will keep it cool. All right, yeah. So that is a nice news item. One more news item is a filmmaker friend of ours who was on the Slant very early on, many months ago. Alex Montoya Marin has just come out with his comic book today. And the comic book is called A Sequel to Monday. And then in quotes, it says Tuesday. Written by Alejandro Montoya Marin and created by Imre. Sorry, Imre. That's horrible. I just bought mine. I'm getting it by Friday. There's Alex. And Alex has done 2 feature films. And we had him on here when he had his second feature film, Millennial Bugs, out. Got to interview him. But here's the thing. He's coming on the show with me and Tom of Midnight's Edge this Saturday to talk about bad movies. He is a movie hound, of course, and a big nerd, big DC fan. He passed me the link. I don't see you. He said he wants to watch it right now. Listen, man, I got a live show. I already gave you the link. So he will be on with us this Saturday. The book is called The Sequel to Monday. Now, what makes Alex's role really cool is that he got his way into the film business, through Robert Rodriguez. and Robert Rodriguez. And let's get go. And Robert Rodriguez had this show called Rebel Without a Crew, a reality TV show that's on his TV network, where he gave 5 filmmakers, I think $7,000, to go make a film. And then Robert's crew, the reality show crew, followed them. Well, Alex was one of those guys. And now it was his first film Monday. And now he's got 2 films under his hat, and he's going to come and hang with us and talk about bad movies, but also talk about his comic book. So we're super excited for that. And I think Mexican Iron Man had a little note. Let's bring him back in regards to Alex. I don't know. You had some news that you wanted to share with me. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't know he's live. Okay. We'll get back to him later. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to share that news with you. Again, we got a couple of great guests that we just confirmed today for next week. And we love it when we're kind of, making news and being a part of what's going on and sharing it with you guys as far as filmmakers, comic books, actors, and of course, YouTubers. Now, my special guest, I have first started, I don't want to say following her. I do follow her, but when I was in the chats of John Talks about it, I would say, gosh, early on, right, when COVID started, and John Talks was the first show I really started watching a lot. And I was like, who is this person? And then I met a lot of people in the chat. In fact, I met Kai, I met Tommy in the chats, and that started it. And it was funny because I'm so happy she's finally coming on. And because I asked her months ago, I remember when I was first on a live stream with her, and I said, hey, can you come on the slant? She's like, yeah, sure. That was a few months ago. I don't know if she remembers that, right? But I could tell she's like, I'm going to make sure you're a good dude. Let me check out your channel first. I love that. Oh, man. Nina Infinity is here. Are you ready? Yes, we're ready. There she is. Hola.
Hey, what's up? You are so funny. You're so entertaining, Polly. I love it. Hi, everybody in chat.
Yeah, Nina Infinity is on the Latino Slant.
I know, and I'm not even Latina, even though I live in Mexico.
Even though you live in Cancun. Yeah. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I wasn't planning on streaming at all, and then I found out it was Mecca's birthday. Shout out to Mecca, and Tom sent me a link, so I was like, okay, I'll go on, and then because I wanted to kind of relax and watch some movies that we were going to talk about, and I didn't get to do any of that. So it's I've been keeping busy. Just reached the threshold for monetization, so I just applied, and let's see what happens there. Just you know how it is, though. It's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's interesting, which is obviously part of some of the questions I have for you as far as having your own channel. You didn't plan this a year ago, did you?
Not really. No, it just kind of happened. The weirdest part was you were talking about John. He's great. It was weird the way it happened because I started. Are you asking me how I got into the whole thing or okay?
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, how did you get into it? But also, I'm sure that you talk about monetization now, but I had no idea I was going to be doing this a year ago.
Yeah, I didn't either. It just sort of happened. I didn't it's maybe about 6 months ago. Even when I started YouTubing, I didn't ever think I would be here, like actually waiting to be monetized. I was like, I'll just do this for fun and see what happens. Like I was just planning on like coasting and like live streaming and just hanging out with people because I there was so many people like that were cool. Kind of like Stieg. I don't know if you know Stieg.
Love
like,
Stieg, of course.
Yeah, I just wanted to like just hang out and so that like I got myself like the YouTube channel so people know I'm a real person and I'm not like some freak just pretending to be online all the time. Because you know how like in chat
there's that
like,
too.
you don't really know, like you're like, oh yeah, this chick says she's a girl, but you never really know if you're like getting catfished or something like that. So
that's a whole nother what do they call it? The blackfish? Catfish, blackfish.
Yeah. So you don't know if you're getting catfished. And I was like, I should probably show people that I'm a real person because I was hanging out a lot in like Anna, that Star Wars girls chat, and like a lot of the other ladies, and they were like, yeah, this girl seems cool if she's really a girl, and I was like, okay, like, yes, I'm a girl, I'm here, I'm part of the Phantom Menace. It's a thing. And and then like I kind of started and I would hang out in like the Dark Council because the Dark Council is awesome, and just like in the chats.
In the chat, you and OG Star Wars would crack me up, dude. I know some of the. I remember some of the shit that you guys still say.
Tommy says, "No, you're still a freak."
Tommy, well,
I'm super freaky. That's true.
Oh my God, you're still a
but yeah, no, it was like when I was in the chats and like like born in the chats, as some people like to say.
And he's here. Hello, author. Very nice. You guys work that out right now. You guys work that out. How much did he pay you?
He didn't. And you know what's weird? I was unsubbed to you tonight, Polly. I came onto your stream to like run it in the background, and it says unsubscribed. And I know I was subscribed, and I was unsubscribed to John Talks too. So you're in good company.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, you know what? That is the thing. That is the thing, because we went up and then like 2 days ago we went like down really quick. So YouTube's playing with our emotions on that one. But I just want to give props and praise to people that have showed up early. Thank you guys so much. Wow. Tommy,
thank you for all the support, you guys.
Wes Moody. I love Wes Moody.
Great.
Wes Moody is such a smart dude, man. And I like the way he does his interviews. Hail Wes Moody, man. And then, of course, author Stephen. Thank you for being here, author Stephen. And Dave Bob. ¿Qué pasó, Dave Bob? Cool. So, yes, we call ourselves... go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I was just to finish up that thought about being in the chats. And then, so, like, Mad Mama Bear, she was there. And, we just kind of started talking about, like, because at the time, the Toronto Raptors were going for their win. It was 2019 still, like it was the season. We were talking about Toronto Raptors, and she was like, yeah, like, because she was a Raptors fan too, and I was a huge Raptors fan, and I was like, yeah, Kawhi Leonard. So she was like, come on and talk to us on the Queen's Council. So she invited me on the Queen's Council, and I'd never ever live streamed or anything like that. And so like that's the first time I ever went online was to hang out with Mads and Lorena, and Lorena didn't have a channel back then either. She's great. And so like Lorena, Christy, like those were the ladies I met first, and OG. And then after that, I started to live stream more and more because it was like a first time thing. And then Mads liked me. So she was like, do you want to do this all the time? And I was like once a week. And I was like, okay. So then I did that. And then, as I started, like really just around the corner, like right after that, I was doing it for a couple months. I found John through the community, and I was in his chats, and I met Tommy in the chats, and I met like a whole bunch of other people in the chats. And, I was just kind of like, this guy's fucking awesome. Like, I mean, I was just like, just infatuated with how smart he was. And I was just like, he's the smartest person in this community.
He's a smart dude. He's a smart dude.
I'm like, I'm going to hang out in this chat all the time. And the best part was that he was a night owl like me. So he would stream really late at night. So I was like, oh my
the
God, he's
midnight
always on.
hour. Oh
Mhm.
my God, those
So
were
like,
so much fun.
so good.
I kind
So
of
I
got
started.
bummed that he stopped those for a long
Oh,
time,
he's
man.
back at it.
I know he's back at it, but it was months where I was like, "Where's my John Tux?"
Yeah, yeah. He
I
went
just
through
want to
that.
say to Tommy and to Mad's Mama Bear, they were very supportive when I first started because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I know I was like, I want to talk about the Latino stuff, but you know, I really like you guys. What do I do? Hit this button, premiere this, work on this VO, and then of course I met Mexican Iron Man, who produces my show now. He's
He's
we're
great. I met him in John Talks chat too.
yeah.
He was right. He was right. I did know him before you.
I'm getting the feeling that this is a fireside chat, and all our buddies are here. You know,
It's
this is
true. I mean, all
wonderful.
of Rogue Entertainment pretty much in the chat right now. You guys.
Enter the unfamiliar. ¿Qué pasó?
There's
And then
Vinyl.
a guy who I just met recently. Where is he at? Where's Jesse's here? Jesse Miller. What's up, Jesse?
Hey, Jesse.
He's
Hi.
cool, man. I think we're gonna do
He's
some
a
music
cool
stuff.
dude. He's
Very
a real
cool.
dude.
And he's always smoking. He's like, so Paul, what do
We
you
were
think
hanging
about
out today on Mecca's stream.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. We could do this forever. Oh, look at Kitty's here. Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
Hey,
I am lucky. I am lucky. Okay, let me get back to my notes because I have notes.
But yeah, so like I actually started streaming with John like back in April, and it was the first time I went on his channel. I messaged him. He never messaged me back for like a month later, and I was like, he's a big YouTuber. I just said like, like, hey, like I'm just starting out. If you want to like hang out one day, because he knew me from the chats, and I was like, if you want to hang out one day, just let me know. And he didn't message me back for like a month. And then like a month later, he messaged me back and he was like, hey, like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I just saw this message. Yeah, like come hang out with me on this show I'm gonna like do a haircutting stream, because it was like the first 2 weeks of COVID or something like that. And everyone, like everything was shut down. Nobody was getting their haircut. And he was like, I'm gonna do a haircutting stream. Come and hang out with me while I cut my hair. We're gonna do a contest. And I was like, okay. And I did. I went on there, and he's like, "If you want, you can cut your hair too." And I was like, "I'm not doing that." And he's like, okay,
"No,
totally
we don't cut." Yeah.
He's like, "Nah."
No, you have great hair. Please don't. Please don't.
No, it's even if I get it cut, like I'm not doing it myself on stream. Like, hey guys, I'm just gonna like.
That's a dude thing. Like, let's shave our hair off for charity, man.
It really is.
Mrs. Slant Romy, she got a real beautiful short haircut a few months ago, and it's already grown out again, but it looks so cute. But she's gonna get her hair cut. So yeah, like leave that to the professionals, women. No.
Yeah,
so you did that. You said the stream.
So I did that. I went on a stream and we just cut hair, and I was like, after the stream was over, I was like, so like that was nice, but like, can we like do another stream where I like can actually hang out with you and talk to you, because I wanted to talk to you.
Nice.
And he was like, yeah, sure, yeah, like do you want to like hang out next week? And I was like, okay. So like he invited me back, and then we hung out, and then the rest is history, because we like really hit it off and became friends, and we're good friends now.
Well, you guys are dynamite together. I hear that he's very giving, and like he really helps people out.
Next level. He is the kindest person that I've ever got to know. Next to author Stephen Walton, who's in the chat.
Stop it.
One of the kindest people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, for sure. And
so, that just seems like probably the biggest misconception about people in the Phantom Menace is like, they're all like raging lunatics, and it's like quite the opposite.
Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite, for sure. I mean, like people like John too, they get labeled a lot of things because of the way their political alignment is, because he's pretty vocal. So there's a lot of misconceptions going on, but he's the sweetest guy. He's just the sweetest, most down-to-earth person you'll ever meet. Yeah. And I'm just so truly happy to have gotten to know him. So you moving on, I noticed your credits.
with Infinite Hope, and I assume it's your closing credits on a lot of your stuff, but you quote one of my favorite authors. And I'm like, oh my God, Nina is amazing. And that's a great quote about connectivity, about connection, human connection. Have you read Murakami?
Yeah. I've read his books. What's weird is I'm not a huge fan. I like Murakami, but he's not like my favorite author. Only because I read one of his books and I was like, I fucking hate this book. I like literally threw it across it was one of those books where you get so mad.
Which one? Kafka on the Shore?
At the wall.
Which one was it?
1Q84.
That. Oh, I have that.
I threw it at the wall. Yeah. Like I was so mad, and it's a heavy book. My wall made a sound. Like there was a dent in my wall.
Oh my God. And just so you guys know, it's like Roots, that book. That book is like this massive. Thick. Yeah, it's like massive. Over 1,000 pages. Here's one of my favorite ones, and it's short stories, and it just came out 2015. Men Without Women, and it's about short stories on men who've lost women, like lost their relationships. It was really good. I love short stories that are in one book, but he's got great lines. He's got great lines.
He does.
So where did that one come from? Is that just a quote?
I think that's just a quote. I think that's just a quote. Yeah. I just, whenever I do my quotes, I usually look for whatever like the topic is about.
Okay.
I'm like, quote about whatever, like connection,
about whatever theme,
whatever.
Right.
Exactly. And then I see, I choose like my favorite one. And usually the ones that I choose are people I've read before. I really like, for example, like Rumi or, certain different ones like, but I really like Benjamin Franklin quotes or like, Thomas Jefferson, I really like the old school presidents and stuff like that. They have a lot of great quotes. So I quote a lot of those kind of people.
So the quotes change.
Yeah, the quotes change all the time. Every time is different.
I didn't know that. That's great. That's great. I'd love that even more. So yeah, you were just saying about Rumi. Any Hafiz? Have you read any Hafiz?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's been a couple of Hafiz ones.
So yeah, us, me and Slant, me and Romy being the romantic ones we are. We got a Hafiz book that I read to her every day when we were apart, because we met long distance. It was a long distance at first.
Oh.
And we were very creative, to keep it going. So I would read to her every day.
Oh, that's so sweet. I don't know if I have that. I'm not familiar with Hafiz. Who is?
Give me 1 second. This is always a challenge. This one is called A Year with Hafiz. Daily Contemplations. And
how do you spell that? Hafiz.
And I think one of them lived before or after.
Are you talking about the Persian poet by any chance?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm very familiar.
Yeah.
Extremely familiar.
Yeah.
But it's pronounced Hafiz.
See, this is why you're on the Latino Slant to correct.
There you go. Yeah, Hafiz is
Hafiz.
Yeah.
See, he was Hafiz or Hafiz. Okay, great. Now I got it. Hafiz. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, this book is fantastic, and it's by dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Hafiz is one of my favorite all-time philosophers, poets.
Now I feel embarrassed because it kind of reminds me of that joke. I listen to new music. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, David Bowie. I listen to David Bowie and.
Oh my god.
Wasn't that from Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah, something like that. But it's not your fault. It's a Persian name. I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my next thing is that you're Persian. How did you end up in Mexico? You give as little as many
Long
details.
story.
Yeah.
Basically what happened is why I lived in Canada. I'm a Canadian citizen, so
okay. That's why I've seen the flag. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. I have like all sorts of Canadian things. See, look, this Canada pin. I love Canada. It's my country. Always will be my country. I love Canada very much. But the only thing I didn't like about Canada, and my husband hated about Canada, was the weather. It was cold. It's always cold, always rainy, always kind of depressing because you're always inside. There's no vitamin D. So like it was just very depressing all the time. And you work really, really hard, especially where I live. I lived in Vancouver. It's in a province called British Columbia, and it's an inside joke, and BC, like short for BC, and we call it bring cash because it's very expensive. It's very expensive.
Oh, really?
There. Yeah. So it's like an inside joke for Canadians that you say, like, if you want to BC, or bring cash. But so it's very expensive to live there, and so you work basically all year to get like 2 weeks of vacation and somewhere sunny, and we would spend, all this time to go somewhere to see the sun for 2 weeks and then come back. Usually we would go to LA because we had family there. But my husband, I was always like, we need to get out of here. Like, I can't live here forever. And I was different. I was like, I want to live here forever. I'm Canadian. I'm not leaving. And but I was like, you got to change some things when you're married. You got to, kind of like adjust. So I decided to, I was like, okay, let's go learn, how to teach English in abroad. So we went and got our teaching degrees to how to teach English abroad. And right at that time when I did that, I got a job with Nintendo of Canada. So I was like, I'm not leaving.
That sounds
was
great.
Like, I need to leave. So we went I was like, okay, let's go on a vacation to Mexico just because we wanted to go to the sun. So we came to Cancun. And then we fell in love with Cancun. We were like, this is the most amazing city. Mexico. We had never been to Mexico before. So like, it was just one of the most amazing places that I've ever visited. Great country. Yeah. Kindest people, the most like warmest. Everything was warm. The people, the weather, like just everything. And the food was fantastic to die for. And then so we went back and we were talking about it. And the company that we worked for to get our teaching certificates, they would basically hook you up with a job like wherever you wanted to go. And not wherever you wanted to go, wherever like you applied kind of thing. And most of the jobs though were like in Asia, especially like China or South Korea or like Vietnam or places like that. And my husband got several job offers for China. Like he was like, let's go to China. And they paid a lot of money to go to China. Wow. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to China because there's just no way. Like, I'm not going to live in some communist country that like has no respect for women. And it's just not part of who I am because I already ran away from Iran for those reasons. I'm not going to go to some weird Chinese communist country.
Correct. I see. Yeah. Your thinking makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, nope, it's not happening. We're not going to China. And I was like, well, what about Mexico? Because we love Mexico. Why don't we go to Mexico? And he was like, you know what? Yeah. And my mom, like, she lives in Canada, and she was like, if you go to China, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's too far. And I was like, well, at least Mexico's in the same continent. Like America. So and we did. We basically we moved here. He moved here first. Kind of like paved the way. You know how it is. I don't know if you've ever changed countries before, but you kind of have to go set down roots.
I mean, I've changed states, but they're pretty far away from LA. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
What would just real fast, like the flight from Canada to Cancun?
It's 5 hours one way.
That's great. That's great.
One way though. Most
Sure.
of the flights used to be two
Yeah.
ways, which is usually around like 9 to 10 hours because you get like the stops. But I never did that because I was like, I'm paying the extra and going one way because I'm not doing a whatever flight. The flights are all canceled now. There is no flights. Zero.
We're here with Nina Infinity. Thank you everyone for being here. Please like, please share. Let people know we're here having a great discussion.
Yes.
And we'll get into a couple little topics in a little while. But let's say hello to some other people, friends that have come by. Supreme Heretic. Hey,
Hi,
what's
Drew.
going on? China Infinity.
Hi, Drew. China Infinity. I know. Can you imagine?
No way. Runner. Hey, Runner. How are you, man? I haven't seen Runner in a while.
Hi, Runner.
Maybe this is me. And everyone else is saying hi to each other. Wonderful. Great. And of course, Dave Bob. China is pretty sketchy. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do it. Like I said, I already immigrated once from a very messed up country, and I was just not planning on going back. It was not happening. And I was very familiar with the Chinese culture because in Vancouver there's a lot of Chinese people in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, it's just not happening.
And I think she's okay. You were frozen and now you're back. Yeah.
Okay,
no, you're good now.
See,
I think yes.
John and I are turning into one person.
Yeah, I know the power and all that stuff. People are having challenges all over. Geez, all over. And she's frozen again.
Yeah, you know what the weird part is that because you know how Texas is having all those problems right now.
Yeah.
So apparently the grid, like the pipelines all run through to Mexico. Like we get our propane and everything from Texas as well. So like everything's been affected now, and you kind of like really get how globalization works because everything is connected to another in very subtle ways. So we were having rolling blackouts because of what's going on in Texas. It's crazy.
Well, real quick, say hello to the homie from the north as well, the Canadian Yeti Cast. It's a good dude.
Yeti Cast.
So you've been there now for a while. Now, what's changed with real fast as far as the past year? How's that thwarted plans? Has it changed your life?
COVID?
No, actually, I mean COVID. Yeah.
COVID's been actually kind of good for me personally, because I know that sounds terrible, but it got me into this community. It got me streaming. It got me, just kind of like a goal. I have other endeavors that I'm pursuing myself. Like I'm trying to write a children's story, and I draw it myself as well. So I finished the book. I just have to I'm gonna do all of it though. So I have to do the coloring now. So so I'm gonna and I was doing that before I started my channel, but then because when I got into the community, one of the people I learned about, or one of the things I learned about was CG. So I kind of understood by watching EVS and John Malin and those kind of people, I understood that there's a certain kind of thing you have to do if you want to, because I didn't want to go to the publishing route. I wanted to go to the self-publishing route. And I realized that one of the things you need to do in order to become self-published is to make yourself a platform and have a following. And that's one of the reasons I started to make the YouTube thing, was because I wanted to write my book, and then I wanted to sell my book on my channel and promote it, because that's what you need to do to have a community and have them support you. And that's kind of what CG is about. And I wouldn't say I'm CG per se, but I've learned from their business model. So, and I like it. I like what they're doing. And now I know a lot of people like that. Like, for example, Vinny Art, who is in, Rogue Entertainment, Red Gaze. So there's a lot of people in this community that are in that crowd and know what's going on, which I'm gonna probably hit up soon and ask for some advice. So, but yeah, so that's the other reason that I started to do this channel, was because I wanted to make I wanted to be part of a community where I can, share what, like, the art that I can offer. And so I draw, I do things.
So what is the current status of the children's story? Is it making progress, or are you like
finished? Yeah, I just have to color it. Yeah, I just have to
Great.
color it. So, like, because I'm gonna do the coloring myself as
Fantastic.
well. I've drawn it, I've written it, I just gotta color it, and it takes a while, because I'm trying to do the YouTube thing and make content and live stream and do all this stuff, and at the same time, like, you got to sit down and draw, and that's a little difficult. And it's just creativity too. Like, sometimes creativity gets zapped from you, because especially with what's going on with COVID, like, for a while, like, I went a couple of months without, like, drawing anything, because once when you get zapped, like, you just kind of, like, there's no creative flow at all. And that's sometimes the hardest thing to find, is the creative flow. But once you get it, you're like, yes, I'm in the zone.
It feels good.
It feels really good.
It feels really good. No, I know exactly. That's why, like, Makani just made his way here, and Eric K. It's great to see Makani do his drawing streams. It makes me feel good.
One of the people who's giving me that creative flow is actually Makani, because every time I see him draw and I see how dedicated he is to his craft, it kind of gives me that boost. So, like, I'll watch him draw, and I'll watch his art style and his technique and whatever, and I'm kind of like, okay, like, memorize his technique, like, that's how he did this, kind of like memorize it. And I just found out that Vinny is doing, like, art lessons on his channel, so I'm gonna be going and, like, lurking in there and try and pick up a couple of tricks. Because I'm self-taught. I never went to school or anything like that.
So it looks like the family's here from the fandom, the familia. We really appreciate you guys being here, supporting us. Thank you, guys. And apparently, a lot of you guys have been unsubscribed to the Latino Slant. So just make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you're subscribed to Nina as well. Por favor.
My God, yes, because I was unsubbed from Latino Slant. You guys, everybody check your favorite YouTubers. I was really unsubbed from Latino Slant, from John Talks. It's crazy. YouTube's doing some sort of weird purge. So.
I loved your sci-fi movie list the other night. Growing up, what was the first sci-fi, horror, I don't know, nerdy thing that you could say that is that got you?
Well, the first thing is anime, because, like, I was an anime junkie when I was much younger. So like, the first thing would be probably, like, Sailor Moon, and like, even before that, like, when I was in Iran, when I lived in Iran, when I was very little, I used to watch Hayao Miyazaki cartoons that I didn't even know were Hayao Miyazaki cartoons, like Studio Ghibli. So and then later on, when I grew up, I realized what they were. So, like, I began my infatuation with cartoons and anime and that kind of stuff at a very young age. So that was my first thing. But my, like, I guess the nerdy, I don't know, the nerdy thing.
Or a movie or a comic book. I mean, you said it, anime. I am not an anime person. I'm an old school, gamer guy, as far as, Mrs. Pac-Man, Galaga, Asteroids. And I come, so, just that, like, as a little kid, what were you into? Like, because obviously it's influenced. Yeah, mostly anime. Yeah. What was, now, because you had a really good sci-fi list with those films. How about an early sci-fi film that got you?
Early sci-fi that got me was 3,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of those stories, and I remember watching, like, there was movies back then too, like in the 80s and stuff like that were about that. So and a lot of Jules Verne stuff. That was like probably my first kind of like sci-fi look, you know. And then like later on, like when as I was growing up, I obviously I watched 2001: Space Odyssey, and I was like just blown away. I was like, holy shit, this is next level. I watched Aliens.
Okay.
This was weird, okay, because I wasn't allowed. This is a weird story. I wasn't allowed to watch certain channels. In Canada, there was this channel called Super Channel. I was not allowed to watch
Super Channel?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And back then we didn't, like, my mom didn't have like parental locks and stuff. It was just like a shake. You don't watch this channel. So I didn't for the most part. But one time, my curiosity got the best of me. My mom wasn't home, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it." Like I went for it, and I watched. Like I saw a very graphic scene of Aliens, where in the end, where he's like the alien creature is like he split the android in half, and all his guts is like falling out.
Yellow guts.
I got so traumatized.
And all that stuff's coming
I was like, why are his insides white? Like, what is this?
Like, it was creamy yellows, whitey. Oh God, it was gross.
It was so bad. I also got traumatized by The Fly when I was little. That's why I didn't watch.
Oh God, Gina Davis is gorgeous. She still looks good, but she was gorgeous in that film.
Yeah, but I don't.
Film.
I don't
and you're not a Goldblum. You're not a Jeff fan, are you?
No, because of The Fly.
Okay, I have a Jeff story for you in a second, but we got our first tip of the night, and I want to give some props to RC desde NYC, our Dominican brother. This one is for you. Eso. RC from the NYC says, one guitar fuacata, please. Fuacata. We actually have
I'm sorry, can I answer a couple questions in the chat?
Sure.
Runner is asking me if I got grounded.
Okay, did you get grounded for that? Yeah, let's continue with the story there.
No, I didn't get grounded because I was truthful and I told my mom what happened because I was traumatized. And my mom was like, well, you've already been punished enough because you're traumatized. So that's fine.
Right.
Like, whatever. So she didn't ground me. But then I did it again, Leprechaun, and that was not good either. It was terrible. I was like, why am I doing this to myself?
Mega Mac, finally the infinite origin story, inspiring. Yes. It's great to get the different sides of people, like I love interviewing people and talking to people. Thanks again for coming on. Thanks again.
Of course. Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here. I finally found the time. I was like, okay, I'm doing this.
Yes, we've been trying. I've been trying. She's very in demand, and I love that. Jeff Goldblum. So in the 90s, when Jurassic Park had already been filmed, I was working on the backlot of Universal Studios, the Universal lot, like production and all that stuff. I was doing post. It was one of my first jobs out of college, and we'd have little go-karts that we could take from the parking lot to where our little office is at. We saw everybody, man, right? And when Lost World was in production, they turned the 3-level parking lot into that cliff. Remember the cliff? Were you familiar with the second one, Lost World?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember the RVs that go down the cliff out into the ocean? They had these souped up RVs, and the dinosaurs were like kicking the shit out of them, and then they slowly went over. They created that cliff over the parking lot. And I remember having lunch one time, and there's like a whole bunch of people walking towards me, but there was just one guy in the middle going like this, going like that, going like this, going like that. And I was looking at him, and he's getting closer and looking at him like, oh, fucking Steven Spielberg. That's Steven.
No
right?
shit.
He was like, you know,
Oh my God.
Then maybe a week later, right? Is Jeff Goldblum in all black. There's like people holding his shit after him, and he's just walking, this strutting, man, strutting to the set. And I've been a fan ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
my husband is like, he gets really annoyed at me for not liking Jeff Goldblum, because he's like, he loves Jurassic Park, and I'm always like, oh, like I don't want to watch this movie. It's Jeff Goldblum, and he's like that used to be like an issue. Like we used to fight about it because he'd be like, it's my favorite movie, and you never want to watch it.
We got another tip from the great Eric K here. This big scream is for you, baby.
Oh my God. Never
You like that one?
What?
Eric K says, always a good time with the one and only Latino Slant and Nina Infinity. Hello.
Very good time.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I like that guy. That guy's, you know, him and his grito are just second to none. Mm-hmm. So we were on Jeff Goldblum. We were on The Fly. Your husband has good taste. I mean, people love it. I love The Fly.
I hate ew. How could you like The Fly? Gross.
Now,
ugh.
Well, movie for and I didn't get to watch the whole thing. How high did Matrix get on your list?
1.
Right?
Matrix is my favorite movie of all time. It's not just number 1.
Did you get to see it in the theater? Were you old enough?
You didn't hear my story?
I had to take off. Like I had gotten dinner. So
well, just like quickly, I'll just quickly tell
please.
you. I went there to make out with my boyfriend, and because it was my first boyfriend, and we would go to the movies to make out. And the movie, like The Matrix, I don't know if you remember, it was only like What is the Matrix was the cartoon, the commercials. Like they had no, like we didn't know what actors were in it.
No, right.
Just the commercial was What is the Matrix? If you want to find out, it's on this day or whatever. So we went to the movies and we're like, oh yeah, that What is the Matrix movie? Let's go see what it is. So we go to the movies, we start making out, and the movie starts, and like that scene with Trinity and everything, and we were like this like the entire time. Like we couldn't get our eyes off the screen. So The Matrix is definitely my favorite movie of all time.
Connecting it to the fandom for myself, right? When I always have that poster, not Reservoir Dogs,
Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace poster. There's a reminder of the wool that was the snow job that was done. And I love Liam Neeson. I love this artwork. And there's a lot that I loved about the prequels. However, The Matrix came out of nowhere and blew me away. It was so ahead of its time. You could still watch it now, and it still holds up.
Yeah.
I didn't like. Obviously, I didn't like the second movies. I'm not looking forward to the new one, but I did like the Animatrix.
I love the Animatrix.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm an anime fan, so of course I was like anime, Animatrix, and they're putting it together. I'm there. Like, and I feel like Animatrix is actually like the real fourth Matrix. I feel like that's actually Matrix 4 because it gives you so much context about what the Matrix is.
Well, I mean, it's like that's really what you should be paying attention to, not these other dumb movies, right?
Yeah.
Like these other ones should have been like should have been within the Animatrix. Oh, those are stunning, man.
So good.
Those are stunning. I
Which
remember
one was your favorite?
Well, obviously, I mean the one where they're like in like Japan and they have that neighborhood and it's all like weird stuff happens. That was pretty neat. The ones that are
parking lot.
The one with the parking lot, right? The kids.
That one was my favorite.
See, that's the first one I remember, right? Because they're like testing it out, right?
Yeah.
They would drop shit in there.
And they were like smashed the bottle and everything, and the cat that went missing, because I'm a cat person, and like when my cat goes missing or whatever, I would freak out. I would like I really identified with that girl, because I'd be like like looking for the cat, and then that scene where the door opens and the cat's like looking into the abyss of the Matrix, and you're like, oh shit, is it gonna walk in? It was so good.
Some good ones, man. Now because it's been years since I've seen it. Right, the Animatrix, also too, were the Flight of the Osiris. That was a really cool little, because they were the ones that got the news to what's it called? What's the city called again?
Zion.
That they were coming, right? But I like the little fight sequence at the beginning. They're doing their sword work or whatever it was.
I like the other two that I like was the main three ones was the first two that I think it was called the Renaissance, because that was the one that actually showed what the prequel was and how what happened with the war
with the machines.
And how they came to the UN and they asked for
right. Wasn't that crazy?
That was a cool movie.
That was I gotta see that again. See now I gotta see that again.
Yeah, because that's what I'm talking about. That's why I say it's the actual Matrix 4, because it tells you the story of how it happened. And then the last one where they take the robot and they reprogram it in the Matrix. That one was also really cool because it shows that there was other Matrixes, and then that was the whole point of the Animatrix, was showing the different Matrixes that had happened throughout.
Fantastic. That to me, those were more visionary than the films. Unfortunately, I think the films, they just took themselves too seriously, and they just got lost in their own philosophy, and it's easy to do, especially when you're a hit. They were the shit.
Yeah,
the Wachowski siblings, whatever you call them, they were the thing of the moment.
Yeah.
And
I really liked, I wasn't one of those people that hated the second or third one. Especially the second one. I actually really liked it. And not so much the third one, but I did really like the second one because it I liked the story of the architect and everything like that. And I liked how he got there. And that was the whole, you know what I mean? Him introducing the idea that there is more than one Matrix and everything like that. Infinite Matrixes. I like that idea.
The little plug. Is that how you got your name?
Well, no. The idea of in quantum theory and the idea of quantum reality
goes on and on,
on and on. The infinite realities that's how I got my name. But that's why the Matrix, the second one, kind of really spoke to me. I really like that idea within it. But it's just that the Matrix as a movie, the first one, can stand on its own. It doesn't necessarily need the second or third one. Now they had to do what they had to do to make money, and who can blame anyone for milking something, right?
Right.
But it's just it doesn't necessarily need it. But I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it all that much. I actually liked the car scenes. I thought that was one of the best.
Well,
speed chases.
So the three things that come out of those last two movies are the architect, the car scene, and then the fight scene in the rain with Mr. Anderson, right? The
Keymaker was dope too.
Right, but those three things for me, they just lasted too long. It's just dude, it's great, but both of those movies could have been done in one movie. But there were some cool. Keymaker's great. That was a great little actor.
Keymaker's Merovingian. That guy cracked me up.
He's good. Yeah. But Monica was really she was kind of awful. Monica Bellucci, the Italian actress that played the Merovingian's wife.
Yeah, she wasn't great.
No,
I like how she wanted that kiss though. That was great. She was like, I want that kiss. And he's just like, all right, I'll give you a kiss. And she's like, that's not the kiss.
Yeah.
Everyone knows those things.
Yeah. But back to the original, there was nothing like it before.
No.
right? That's what makes it special. And you're right. They didn't
And
make the film.
anything like it after. I don't think there's been anything like it after either. It's
There's
one
been
of
a
those
lot of movies that wanted to be like it.
exactly, but never succeeded.
So when we first chatted a little bit, we were talking about Wes Anderson, the filmmaker, and I was like, let's do a stream on Wes Anderson. But obviously, this is more about who you are and what you like and all that stuff. But you're saying your favorite filmmaker is Wes Anderson.
One of them.
Okay, I stand corrected. Sorry, one of them.
Yeah, because
he's got a lot of yeah. So he's got a new film coming out.
Yeah, The French Dispatch.
Have you seen this? You know any information about this movie?
Yeah, I follow Wes Anderson really closely. I knew it from the moment he announced it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This one I'm not sure about because of what's going on with the press nowadays. I feel like Wes, why are you going into like
are you sure it's not because of this actor that's in it?
I know that's the other thing too. I saw that and I was like, no.
Have you seen the trailer?
Yes, but I'll watch it again if you want to watch.
Let's watch it, right?
Are you gonna get hit?
It began as a holiday. Eager to escape.
We'll talk while we see it.
Yeah,
do you see it?
Yeah. I mean, look at his style though. His style is one of a kind.
Well, I'm just gonna for me with Wes, his filmmaking is like real stationary because he loves the picture. He loves the frame of what he does, right? I mean, even look at that. We got all this crap here.
Adrian Brody. He always has the same people in there, though.
Well, yeah, he's got his stock of actors, but look how well the frame is. He loves the look of his movies. They're so unique.
That's what I love about it. But I mean, look at this shot in particular. Like you got the
oh shit, that's Benicio. Look at that. That's Benicio del Toro.
Benicio's in it. You got like the seat that they're sitting on. It's got
the patty.
Right? And the patty. And then right above it, you have that cage, which also has a frame, right? So like everything he does is calculated. Like you can tell that he really thinks about every single scene and what, it's very like measured. In that sense, he's very visionary.
Yeah, Nina, but I think sometimes it gets in the way of storytelling. That for me, right? Like, because what I disputed with you was A Life Aquatic, and I was like, no.
That's like my least favorite.
What's your favorite one?
Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah, we were watching that the other night, and Mrs. Slant told me to turn it off.
Wow, I love Moonrise Kingdom.
She didn't like it, but it's let me see if we play a little bit.
I also really like the Royal Tenenbaums.
Wow, that's cool. I mean, I love Frances McDormand.
I used to like her until I found out about her weirdo woke politics. Now she's.
Oh well, when I say with like actors who I like and stuff like that, I'm talking about performances.
Me too.
I'm not talking about.
I know. I try to separate things, and then it's really hard.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, you're my guest, and you are welcome to your opinions, and I welcome them. I'm just letting you, for the show, it's like, I just try to keep it for me. Mm-hmm. I just try to keep it on the talent because even
I like Frances McDormand was great in like so many things. Fargo is like one of my favorite.
Did you ever see the Adrian Brody documentary where he's trying to fix his castle? Like he buys a castle?
I don't think so.
It came out a few years ago. It's pretty good. Good. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, because then he would go do a movie to get more money, and then he put more money into it,
That young dude is the dude that's going to be in the new Dune movie, though, right?
He's gonna play Paul Atreides.
Yeah.
Well, Timothy Chalamet, however you say his name, he's been the hot ticket for several years now with all the indie productions. I know he disavowed his performance with Woody Allen, but he did the film with him. I mean, and he's done a lot of other interesting work. I'm just not sold yet on him yet, but yeah, he's
to be like sold or not sold.
Say it again.
I need to watch more. I haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah. Runner says Fantastic Mr. Fox, the only Wes Anderson movie I've seen.
I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. That's a great movie.
That was a big hit. I love that too.
Movie. Did you see his new one though? That's kind of like the same style.
The Isle of Dog.
Isle of Dogs. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, is that any good?
I loved it. It was so cute. It was sad though.
Was it? We can't see stuff like that. We're like doggy parents. We're Pollins.
It was like, but it's sad in a good way though. Like it's like very heartwarming.
I could see it by myself, but I don't think she can take it. She just will nod at the title. No, we won't see it. But Royal Tenenbaums for me is the one, and Rushmore second.
Oh my God, yes, Rushmore. I forgot about Rushmore. Yes, I love Rushmore.
I mean, that really got him going. Bottle Rocket got him noticed. Bottle Rocket was pretty independent. But Rushmore, that was the one. It was pretty odd, pretty funny. But I think after Tannenbaums, I just kind of just lost interest. But
did you see the one that he won the Oscar for?
Which one was that? Moonrise or Budapest?
Budapest?
Oh no, that Budapest was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like my favorite, but it was pretty good. Like you, I liked Moonrise better. Life Aquatic, because Life Aquatic was after.
That's probably my least favorite one. Is Life Aquatic. I was like,
and that was like the one after Royal Tenenbaums, so there was a big expectation for him, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rushmore and Royal were great. Yeah, Clavering Times, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But so when is this one coming out?
I'm not sure.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's so many stuff coming out now that I'm like, I don't know anymore.
But it's also like they just keep changing the dates and all that stuff.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So what is you love his storytelling? You just love the looks of his films?
I love everything. I love the way he tells stories. I love I love his direction because he has a vision.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you watch a Wes Anderson story, you're like, oh, I'm watching a Wes Anderson story. Like I know this vision. It's kind of like the whole thing with Zack Snyder, like how Zack Snyder has a vision, and you're watching a Zack Snyder movie when you're watching it, or Christopher Nolan. They all have their own style. Wes Anderson has his own style, and I really, really, really like his style. Because unlike what you're saying about, I actually disagree with what you're saying about how he hangs on to certain scenes or something like that. That you think it takes away from the storytelling. I think it adds to the storytelling because he's a very visual guy. So he just kind of he tells the story through his visual cues. He doesn't spell things out for you. He shows it to you. And if you can pick up on it, if you're smart enough to see it, then great. If not, then maybe the movie's not for you. But he has that kind of directorial vision that he doesn't want to spell things out for his audience.
Well, I think I think with Royal Tenenbaums it was balanced because he had for me he had those frames, he had everything was intricate, but the story and the actors were just on fire. And I don't get that a lot from his movies. I get a lot of beauty, looks great. I don't get a lot of lack of a better word, passionate performances, that move the story. But But that's not his style. I get it.
Like, for example, one of the movies we disagreed on was Darjeeling, right? Because you didn't seem to like that movie very much, and I like that movie a lot because it was so deep. Like, it was such a deep movie.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a very like hardcore metaphor for what life is about. Like, that entire train was a metaphor for life, and how, like, even at the very beginning when you see Bill Murray like running after the train and he misses it. Mm-hmm. His first 5 minutes cameo, where it's so funny because like Wes Anderson was like, Bill Murray is going to be in this movie, and then like he's in it for literally like 2 minutes of the movie, and he's running after the train and he misses it. And it's like, that entire thing is that metaphor for what life is. It's like when you're like running after something and you just can't catch it, when you just can't catch that break, or you're like, because life just passes you by and you miss it. That was that, you know, and then when the train goes through with the passengers and what they're going to, like, because the end goal is to go to their father's funeral, right? But what they go through like what they see going through that boy's funeral, like watching him die, watching life pass them by as they go through all the stuff, and then dealing with their issues and understanding that they have issues. That is the whole thing of life. So like, I feel like that movie was so deep on so many levels, and some people just didn't catch how much symbolism and how much depth was to that movie. So
well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to see it again, and then let's get together and then we'll really break it down, because it's been years and I just didn't have a good experience with it. But
no worries.
I like the way you described it, so I want to see it again. But you talked about directors and their style, and you talked about Zack Snyder, and the great Mexican Iron Man has come in.
I've gotten a lot of hate on my reaction to the Zack Snyder trailer.
I did not know this until the great Mexican Iron Man, but he also, wanted to talk to you about Zack Snyder and some other topics. Mexican, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Are you here to yell at me? Because
no, we wouldn't do that. I
am here as both an envoy for. First of all, I'm here as a protective guardian of the Slantino nation. I am here in shining brown armor, being Mexican and all, right? I'm here as a knight in shining brown armor. This is King, not King Arthur, but King Paulie. I serve as on his royal advisory team here. So I'm here to protect you from Snyder Nation. But I'm also sent here as an envoy from Snyder Nation, because for the last 3 years, I've been one of maybe 50 people that has been fighting for this movie to be released. Not only that, I spent 2 hours on Sunday morning with Ryan Cannell breaking down the trailer, second by second, EFAP style. And then last night, I was on Uchi's channel, Uchi Waneria, Geeks and Gamers, doing the same. And as you may know, I executive produce Echo Base Network. Hail RC from the NYC! Woo! What's up, brother? I hardly ever get to see him, so I got to shut him out. And we had my boys at Echo Base Network who knew that the movie means a lot to me, and they knew that I was going on. I'm doing the tour this week. I got 3 more shows celebrating the Snyder trailer. They put together a smash up of greatest reaction videos for the Snyder trailer ever. So, did you see the one we did for Star Wars by chance? No, do you see that one? We did a reaction of the Mandalorian, the end of the season at Echo Base Network. We did a reaction of a bunch of people's reaction videos, and it went. We got like 780,000 views. Mark Hamill retweeted it. It was pretty epic.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, because Mark Hamill tweeted it. Yeah, I saw that.
We tweeted our Echo Base Network reaction mashup video. So we did the boys were so kind that they did a mashup of. They did a mashup of the reactions for the Snyder. Now, but Nina, I am here I am here to offer a peace candle.
Okay.
And to tell you that listen. Okay, everybody, because everybody knows. What you don't know is that I'm extremely well known in the comics industry and the move for being a Snyder fan. So no one can question Mr. Mexican Iron Man's credentials in the Snyder universe, because I've been hanging with these guys for years. So guys, leave her alone. I've known Nina for a long time. I've been a fan of Nina's. She. You guys don't understand. Give her a second. She's a normie. Okay, so first of all, when you're a Snyder fan, there's 3 levels of Snyder. There's first of all, level 1 is a normie. Maybe you hate him, maybe you tolerate him. Then there's, let's say, someone like you. You're well-informed about the arts, and you're very forgiving, but you're still a normie. Then those of us who are Snyder fans, we're like
Same here.
Special Ops, Navy SEAL, Covert, SEAL Team 6, Black Ops.
Snyder I'm definitely a normie. Dude, my knowledge of Superman and Batman comes from the 90s animated cartoons. I barely ever read any comics.
I know you said that in the video.
No.
So here, let me just explain to you why everybody flipped out. So we have been waiting for this moment. It's like this. You know how everybody reacted to the Mandalorian at the end, Luke Skywalker? Okay. This was our Luke Skywalker moment for the movies for Batman, Superman fans from the 90s and the Snyder fans. This was our Mandalorian moment. And so what happened is that, God bless you, Nina. I'm a fan of you and JT. You know I am.
Oh, I know.
When I heard that you were taking heat, I started sending out some tweets like, leave her alone. And I told Paulie, when you're coming on the show, I'm like, our poor baby. When I mean that, I mean like, we all love you, Nina. You're a great host, John. You're smart. You're great. I mean, you have a lot of respect from a lot of the guys, from all of us in the fandom, from all of us. And I know you. I know your personality. God, these guys don't know you. And so I'm here to tell you that, hey, Mexican Iron Man, a hardcore Snyder fan, will stand by your side. And you know what? God bless you, because you know what? You gave an honest reaction video for your fans, for your channel. And from what I saw, everybody enjoyed it. Everybody enjoyed what you did. You know what? So anyway, so you can't be persecuted for, I don't know, not sleeping with the Snyder pillow. I mean, do you have a Snyder pillow at home?
No, I don't.
We have Snyder pillows. You go to the Wednesdays. We go to meetings like, hi, Mike. My life is unmanageable unless I get a new cut of Justice League. So we're crazy. We're like literally SEAL operatives.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that, Mexican Iron Man, because
I'm here to help you and defend you. And if anyone gives you any help, send them my way.
I love that. Thank you so much. I mean, if you come and make a comment on the video, I'll just pin it and be like, so that it's
I wanted to ask you if I could. That's one of the reasons I'm here on the show. And I just want to let you know, hey, I'm a fan of you and JT. Hardcore. I love what you guys do. I love how you approach the subject matter. And to me, the fact that you guys do the late night shows, what I like about it is that you guys, even if I've had a hot, heated day with a lot of the stuff, that you guys seem to cool it down.
Oh, yay. That's what we're trying to do.
You guys come in at the end with the intellectual kind of all perspectives, all sides. You guys welcome everybody's viewpoints, although there are some wackos that show up sometimes with some ideas that Mexican Iron Man does not agree with, but Mexican Iron Man will bite its tongue because it is what it is. But anyway, so I think you do a great job. I'm really happy to have you here. And I just wanted to make sure I made a point of coming on because I told Paul, I said, you know what happened to her? And he's like, nope.
Yeah. No,
I love that you came on because I really wanted to talk to you too. That's the other thing too. I appreciate that. And you have to understand that I like Zack Snyder as a person. I think that my views are very much like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers when it comes to Zack Snyder. I really appreciate him as a person. I think he's a great guy. And I wish every fandom had a Zack Snyder because that's what every fandom needs, especially Star Trek and Star Wars. We need a guy like that.
Good point. That's a good point.
But at the same time, I just don't like his vision, the way, just some people don't like Wes Anderson, and I appreciate and understand that. It's just not for everybody, and it's just not for me. It's just one of those things that I don't enjoy it as much as I would if it was a brighter, sunnier Superman kind of thing, right?
And trust me, we've had a lot of talks lately. Now that we feel that we've won this victory, but we're crazy, this group. We are nuts. We are rabid dog crazy. And I mean,
you know what? And you had to be to get it, you had to be. And that's one of the things that I actually made a post about that on Twitter because I'm part of this other chat that I go on, PJ Orville Nation's channel, Dark Matter Mondays. We're trying to kick off this show called Dark Matter for season 4 because it got canceled. Untimely so. And I made a post about how, Zack Snyder fans made that happen. They made the Snyder Cut happen. They did something one else was able to. They made the studios listen, and they got what they wanted. And we need to do the same. Like if people want dark matter, they have to do the same, which I highly suggest to everyone to go watch because it's a fucking amazing show. But like, yeah, exactly. Zack Snyder is the man. I agree. I just can't get.
Yeah, no. I get it. I get it completely, and I completely get it. And you should be persecuted. So anyway, so yeah, I'll go ahead and put a post up on there. And but seriously, you deserve. I went and read all of it. My little just heart broke for you. I'm like, oh, Paulie, it is so bad. I said, can I come on and give her some support? And truth be told, for someone who knows as much as you do, it actually was a great reaction for the kind of fan you are in the product. Because that trailer. Honest to God, one of the things that we've talked about is that trailer was exactly made for us hardcore special ops Snyder fans. It was not made for everyone and their mother because it does not make any kind of sense at all. And I mean, I'll give you an example. Andre, my buddy Andre from Midnight's Edge, we were talking about it with Uche, and he made a comment. I mean, Andre's one of us too. He's pretty hardcore. Andre watched that part where it looks like it's an apocalypse, where it looks like there's been a thermonuclear explosion. Yeah, well, Andre's like, well, we could have 2 movies of that. I mean, Andre's like, I want 4 hours of that. Well, no one wants 4 hours of that, especially as a normie. But we're kind of hardcore.
Since you're such a hardcore fan, and this question is burning inside me, and I have no idea what it is. Okay, so why is Batman because I know Batman doesn't like guns. Like I know his mom and dad died because they got shot. And I know he doesn't like guns. He uses them when he has to. So why does he have a gun? Why does he have a semi-automatic weapon?
Okay, so let's take a step back. So the comic that I've probably collected the most over the years, I mean, so Batman has different versions. Like if you go back to the comics, there's regular Batman. There's Detective Comics where he's really not even a crime fighter. He's like a detective in a weirdo suit. There's been like 3 or 4 different types of series of Batmans. I'm not going to get into them, but what I am going to tell you is that you take those 3 or 4, let's just say 2 or 3 of them were kind of happy-go-lucky, a la kind of similar to the 60s type of thing. No guns, hates guns, he'll never hold a gun. That's the purest version of Batman. Well, then we go into the comics that came out from about 1985, 87, and then definitely through the 90s. Ramping up to about maybe stopping about 1997 to 2002. In this period is where you had the dark exploration, Dark Knight comics came out early on, and then Warner Brothers movies picked up on that, and they carried that movie in all of their Warner Brother Batman movies, which I'm sure you haven't seen them. There's like 2 dozen, there's shitloads of them. There's in fact, the best Batman movie is a cartoon, but that's a story for another day. And they all took that darkness. So there's all of us who are fans of those comics in that era love this kind of stuff. And we saw it again in cartoons, in the Warner Brothers movies. We saw that again. We also saw the hatred of Batman towards Superman being developed in those comic books and in those movies. None of that was in, say, your 70s Justice League, where everybody's like, happy go lucky, we're going to save the day. Woo! We're all friends. So basically, the age group, whether you were a kid or teenager or maybe in your 20s or 30s, anyone who was into the comics for those titles, Batman and Superman, by the way, because that's when you had the death of Superman as well. Right. So the death of Superman was a pretty big run. And what some of us who are Snyder fans, our biggest gripe is he tried to tell too many stories in too few movies. And I know it was originally supposed to be 5 movies, but just in general, the reason why these movies are so confusing is you got 2 superheroes being originated briefly. You have Flash and Cyber, and so then you've got Death of Superman, which would be 2 movies. Anyway, but all of the stuff that Snyder look, what he's trying to do, it's not about Snyder going dark. Snyder is basically saying, hey, when these are the versions of the comics of these characters that I read. So all of us who love that style, he is doing that style because he's one of us. He's not deliberately deciding to take it in a different direction. He's doing it just like the comic books and similar to how Warner Brother movies were. And those were the things where you had, and then you did have Batman starting to use guns because he was, and then it also tells a story of he starts using heavier and heavier fabrics and metals and bulletproof stuff. And it gets more into that kind of battle. And there is the Batman versus Superman battle that they showed on screen. Very close to what was in the comic books. told differently, but very close. So that's what it is.
The one that he built the bullet, like the Kryptonian, what's it called?
Yeah, and so and the same thing about the Galleon, the Krypton. So Batman, there really was a comic book run where Batman and Superman hated each other and they went up against each other. But that alone could have been 2 movies if it was told right. So basically, what happened with Zach is Zach tried to take all of these. The reason why we say he's a true fan is that he took all of these properties and all of these stories and tried to put them in 2 few movies. We love it. But then the studio took it, sliced it up, and that's why Justice League came out to become a total disaster and a mess. And frankly, BVS wasn't that much better because it also was too many stories as well. And then you have the other thing, which is that if he was going to do that, he probably picked the wrong guy to play that Lex Luthor. But then again, that's a Lex Luthor origin story, but no one caught it. So the thing is that it's almost like these movies were made for a certain audience that is rabid. We are the people that spend the most money, we buy the most expensive comics. We are literally the Lamborghini fans of Batman. So we are. I mean, we spend the most money on the most rare stuff. You know what I mean? But what that means then is you by default you're excluding what the normie thinks of. Like for example, Superman. The Superman that most of y'all wanted is the one from the 70s, because frankly, the 1978 Superman, red, white, and blue, American way, that is the Superman of the 50s, the 60s, the 40s, the 70s, all of the 80s, really, until about 1987, 1989. And you're like, what the hell? Who is this guy? And then, and then, he's having a midlife crisis when he's just getting going. What the hell?
He's so emo.
I'm sorry?
He's so emo.
Yeah. He could use some of the testosterone treatments, early on, and probably BBS.
Mind you, I love Henry Cavill. So I think that Henry Cavill is one of the most he is Superman incarnate. I was like, this is the most amazing casting of all time. I like that he is definitely
thermometer for Nina, thermometer, breathe.
Definitely. I'm there. Even if I hated Zack Snyder, which I don't, I would be like, I'm there because Henry Cavill is in this movie for 4 hours. So I will definitely be watching it.
So anyways, but all right.
Anyways, I had no idea what was going on, Nino, in regards to that. So, but when Mexican Iron Man told me, it's like, okay, well, let's talk about it towards, the end of our conversation. I don't want it to be a pivot.
I came into the online YouTube world not through fandom, it's originally through comics and Comicsgate, and I'm a hardcore avid comics book collector. So,
well, it's funny too because I appreciate the ratio even because I'm like, first of all, this is one of my first videos that's ever gotten this many downvotes, and I was like, I almost felt kind of proud because I was like. Does this mean that I've made it? Like that, when you
probably did get more downvotes than anyone who did a review of that trailer. I'm going to tell you that.
Everyone hated it, and I was like, maybe this isn't so bad. It's okay.
Well, anyways, you two have fun. You two have fun, and I got your back. And just send them my way if they give you any heat.
Well, we'll bring you on in a minute or two to pay tribute to. A legend that the Latino music community lost yesterday.
Okay, boss.
Right? All right.
But sometimes with YouTube, it's a hit and miss, right? Like you make something and then people like it, and sometimes you make something and people really, really dislike it, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe yeah.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, and it's so weird what people love. And what, and
well, they took it personally, and I felt a little bad. I felt a little bad because I was like, maybe I should have been a little bit less harsh.
But that's who you are. Not harsh, but you're honest. I did a top 10 video on my 10 favorite Los Lobos songs, and then I put it up in their fandom page. I got crapped on.
Really?
Yeah, they're calling me irrelevant. What the hell do you know? And no. I go, this is just my list. But it's the highest watched, it's like the highest watched video on the channel. And then now they love me because I got the Los Lobos drummer on the show, and I brought in one of their fandom members to come on the live stream with me.
That's
And then
so
I told him, I go, man, you gave me a hard time, you know. But
yeah, well,
you know,
hate gets more views than love. That's for sure. That's what I've come to realize.
If I go by what people watch the most, love the most, I should just be doing, you know, music reactions, and I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like my interviews. I like bringing different people on. What I really like is, you know, not only sharing the Latino culture, but getting insight to, you know, the business that's entertainment, you know, from friends who are either actors or filmmakers, you know, because I know a lot of them, and it's, you know, it's been nice to get their insight, because it's not what is as reported, you know. And then there are a lot of hardworking, you know, people in front of the camera and behind the camera, so it's fun to have them here, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, and as I go along this journey, it's great to have people like you on the channel to come.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate it. I mean, and just to like even be able to talk to Mexican Iron Man, because like I've seen him around for so long. I've never gotten to talk to him. So tonight was like an absolute pleasure to get to talk to him. And I didn't even know he was in the Snyder Cut community. I'm like, okay.
Mexican Iron Man, let me just say this now, is a riddle. Was it a mystery wrapped in a riddle?
Yeah.
I don't know. He keeps them. He's like an onion. You know, it's fascinating.
So many appeals.
He's fascinating. Yeah.
Really fascinating guy. I mean, he's very smart too.
Oh no, he's Stanford educated. I mean, and I'm like, I'll do whatever you say. Okay, you know, stream less, do this, do that. Okay, he's making the channel what it is, and we're having a fantastic time. And you know, yeah, and yeah, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff, and you know, with
he just schooled me on like so much stuff, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, I thought it's like I think I know a lot of Star Wars, and I'm like, ding. But
I never pretend I know about anything anymore. I'm like, no, I'm pretty much a normie when it comes to everything. Maybe a little bit above normies when it comes to Star Wars and Star Trek, especially Star Trek. I think I know a little bit more than most normies, but there's always people that know more than you know, and then they're like, you know, you think you know something, and then they're like, no, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, that's why I like, you know, I have people on like you. You guys make me look good. It's like Wes Anderson. Oh yes, okay. Well, I see. Yes, it's very intriguing. No, but like,
Holly, that's so funny.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna start a new series. It's of 1 minute videos. I do a 1 minute video every day, no matter what. So I'm gonna start a new series called 25 Essential Latino Films for the Slantino. And the Slantino is our followers, you know, our supporters. Followers. And you don't have to be a Latino to be a Slantino.
Sure, of course.
But I know my Latino films. You know, I know a lot about them. And that's what I can share, you know, or books, or, you know, whatever. We all got to have our strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yay, we did it. We're done.
Really?
What is this? What is it?
It's like, yay. Here, I'll do it better.
You gotta get the bandera.
I need like little pom-poms. That's what I need.
Yeah. Well, you know, as far as any what do you call it? Not assimilation, but any cult, like, you know, as far as like anything of the Mexican culture that you've picked up in the past year?
Swear words. I know a lot of Mexican swear words. And I learned all the swear words by playing Mario Kart with my Mexican friends.
And that is hilarious.
Yeah, that's how I learned it all. And then they'd be like, I mean, can I swear in Mexican?
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, pinche puta madre. And they'd like, you know, just like go crazy and, you know, all sorts of different kinds.
No mames, güey.
No mames, yeah.
No mames, cabrón, pinche puta.
Yeah, so like that's how I learned all the swear words. And
we got. I'm gonna clip this. This is the Spanish word of the day. When Nina Infinity, she says, "Pinche."
there you go.
Puto.
And yeah, so I learned that, and I really, really enjoy
God.
mariachi music. I really really, really, really love mariachi. Every time, like whenever we go places, with my friends, especially with my Mexican friends, and like we listen to like live mariachi, I just like I can't stop moving because I'm one of those people who really, really loves music, and like Latino music is some of my favorite music. Like even when I was sitting backstage and you started playing some of your songs, I was just kind of like, like when you feel that beat, like you just you can't stop moving. And
well, I bring Mexican man. I bring Mexican man back. Are you there, Mexican?
Yeah, what?
I bring him back because what? We're having a show.
Oh, I know, but it's time for me to come. Oh wait, I'm in the chat already.
That's so high production, like this high production value right there.
Yeah, what?
Sorry, I thought I was still backstage.
Listen, Mexican Iron Man, she's talking about how much she loves mariachi, and you did folklorico and mariachi for years.
Oh my God, I'm a black belt in all mariachi songs. What's your favorite mariachi band? What do you even have one?
I don't have one. I just love mariachi music.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get some stuff together for you. I'll give it to you and JT. Does JT like mariachi music? No. Oh my God, we should make JT play mariachi on his show one night. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, I'm gonna super chat him $20.
Maggie, you just lost your iron.
If I take my helmet off,
he'll do it for $20.
Okay, wait. If I take my helmet off, can I wear a sombrero?
Yes.
On John Talk Show?
Absolutely.
Good night, Dave Bob. Have a good
night.
Later,
Dave Bob.
Wait, it's his show. I shouldn't promise anything.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I love
Oh my God, that's funny.
I hate that banda music, that new. Oh, it's annoying as hell.
I like.
All right, what are we talking about, Paulie? What are we talking about?
Okay, we'll see you. We'll bring you back for the end.
All right, I'll be better this time. I'll be ready. I was getting my.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? That is hilarious.
I really like that. That's gonna be our
I was like,
that's gonna be our thing now. See, we got an inside joke, Holly. Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? Tales of the Mariachi Iron Man. That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
That's great. It was really funny because in New Year's, we went to one of our Mexican friends' house, and he we were playing like blasting music because Latino people loves music and they just kind of blast music. And he really likes his like old school Mexican music, and he had a neighbor of his that was playing his own music, and then he was playing his music, so they were kind of like in a war between who can play the loudest music.
Oh my God, they love doing that.
And he won the war because he had like a better soundtrack and like better like a better sound system. So we were playing basically like old school mariachi music and like old school Mexican music all night, like on New Year's, like for the entire neighborhood. So, and it was one of the most interesting things I'd ever experienced, like this war.
So what we've learned with Nina Infinity being in Mexico is that she loves Mexican swear words and mariachi music. Who knew?
So great. And of course, tacos. I mean,
tacos. Oh, see, that was we did about a month ago. We did I'm gonna bring her back. We did a live food show, and she our Latina chef made us fish tacos, and I was in my kitchen, and we did it with her. It was so much fun.
You know what's funny is before I came to Mexico, I never had fish tacos before, and
really,
it was really gross to me. Like I was like, ugh, like fish tacos. That sounds really gross.
I mean, in Cancun, I bet they're amazing.
My friend was like, "You're uncultured." Like he was like, "You're an uncultured swine." Like we're going to fish tacos. So he took me, and he's like, "This, just be quiet and eat it." Like And I was like, "Okay, fine." And I ate it, and I was like, where have you been all my life? Like it was just like it was so good. I love fish tacos.
closing this out, E. Clay Thomason, I love flamenco. Is that considered mariachi? I'm dumb. Sorry. It is not. Flamenco is from Spain. Mariachi is from Mexico.
Yeah.
But flamenco is amazing as well.
I love flamenco music.
Flamenco's,
Never stop dancing to flamenco music either.
We need a whole Q&A Slantino show. Help end ignorance. You know, we kind of do that with every show, Pat S. With every show, we indoctrinate you guys into the Slantino nation, and you guys all become Slantinos. You know,
I feel like I'm a Slantino now for sure. Like,
oh,
I'm here. I'm a Slantino all the way.
I love it. Definitely. Do you want to join us in our final? We're gonna pay respects to a music legend that.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
All right, let's bring in Mexican Iron Man and lay the workout for Mexican. Are you there?
Hello, good sir. I am here upon your command. By your command, good sir. Hello, sir. How are you, sir? The dishes are in the dishwasher. I went ahead and folded the tables, and I paid Lupita.
Well, I don't know about Lupita, but maybe she is mourning the passing of salsa legend Johnny Pacheco, influential salsa musician and Fania Records co-founder, dies at 85. And I had to bring Mexican Iron Man back because we are very familiar with this gentleman's music.
Yep, very familiar.
Real fast, he's the Dominican-born flautist turned band leader and co-founder of the influential Fania Records, the label that brought salsa to a global mainstream. He just passed away on the 15th in New Jersey. For me, Johnny's music was all about salsa dancing with my mom and her boyfriend. We would go to the free concerts during Cinco de Mayo at the Janus Steps in the Janus Court in UCLA, and I saw them all, guys, for free. Right, it was a free concert. I saw right there in my face Tito Puente, Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon, Johnny Pacheco.
Oh wow!
And this is a big one, you know. And as RC from the NYC, one of the godfathers of salsa. So
85 years old.
Yeah,
I love salsa music.
So what happened?
I love salsa music.
Yeah, so you were actually a big Hector Lavoe fan, correct?
Yep, big time. I love all the Fania music. Celia Cruz. And see, I always like this style of salsa because it was fast. It was faster. It's more Cuban. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to have your dance. It's not like the slower stuff where you can just kind of fumble around. You know, your footwork has to be on point. Your spins have to be fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just it's not about throwing each other all over the floor. It's supposed to be very elegant, fast, tight, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, passionate. Love the music.
Well, let's thank Nina Infinity one more time, and we're gonna go out with some of his music. But let everyone know where you're at as far as your next shows this week.
Well, you can find me on my channel, Nina Infinity, and tomorrow I'll be uploading a movie review for a new movie I saw that I absolutely loved called The Kid Detective, so check that out tomorrow. And you can find me, wait, what day is it today?
Today's Tuesday night.
Tuesday. Tomorrow you can find me on John Talks' channel for Infinite Talk. Thank you so much, Polly. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Yay. Great.
You can find me in Polly's kitchen doing whatever he wants me to do.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God. All right, let's take it out. Much love to everyone in the chat. We got shows all the time. Here is the great band leader. There he is himself, Johnny Pacheco.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, yo. The Slant. All right, Paul, let's go.